Hetepu Meatira Netrus Asu Tanecher Neberu Ura Mayat and Makusutek. Sing greetings to you, divine beings, from the indigenous cosmic golden ray order of Melchizedek. It was founded in 2003 as a mystic order for the United Washington Deduct Amanya by Prob Melchizedek, Prince Ramesses El-Bey, who was the crown prince of the Empire Washington Deduct Amanya, given that title by the Empress, Her Highness, Verdiasi Tierra, Washington Tournica Gaston El-Bey. He formed and established ICGROM to be the mystic order stemming from the teachings of light, Herbak or Hakahu. It is the ancient Egyptian mystery teachings or Tamarian Kemetic teachings of Heru Kahuti, Heru and Tahuti, who is also known as Hermes or Hermes Trimajestus, which means the combining of the higher mysteries and the lesser mysteries. If you want to understand these mysteries, then you will have to get the understanding of who is Melchizedek. Biblically, it is Melchizedek is mentioned by name in Genesis 4:18, Psalms 110, and Hebrews, the 5th chapter, 6th and 7th verse particularly. In his Holy Quran, his name is El-Kador, or El-Kadir, the green one, which is a form of Osiris, the vegetation deity, or Neteru, or Neter. Or symbolizes Heru or Heru in Osir's awakened state. Melchizedek is likened to the head of the human race, and I do mean literally the head, or the crown chakra. An angel or archangel or angle of light, the Son of God in human form, the Messiah, Christ, Christos, Charis. And finally, you must understand that Melchizedek's priesthood is greater than the priesthood descended from Abraham, from Aaron, or the Levitical priesthood. Melchizedek priesthood is spiritual, while the Levitical priesthood is physical. According to the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary by Charles Fillmore, even Aaron signifies the false state of truth, or thoughts, idols that man builds in his consciousness when he perceives the truth, but does not carry his spiritual ideas into execution, choosing instead to let his thoughts function in the lower plane of consciousness. So you must become Melchizedek, not to dwell in your lower consciousness, in your lower self, in your lower mind, in your lower nature. Melchizedek stems from the word, the ancient Kemetic or Metronetra word found in the Book of Beginnings of Jeremiah, Raheru Maku, or Raha Maku, or Raha Kohuti, which is the Lord of the aeons, of the ages, of time, and it's called the biblical Melchizedek, the Ancient of Days. This is Heru's form, or Heru the Elder form, as Chronos as it becomes within the Greco-Roman. You have Ra-Ha Maku, and Har Maku means son of the double horizon. This is the combining or combination of On, which is Anu, Amen, Atun, and Atan, and Ptah, all forms of Ra, and Ra or Maku, which is Maku, symbolizes the combination of them all. Then you have Tekh, which is Ma, Ku, Su, Tekh. Tekh means black or southern. That's what Su means. Tekh means talk, which symbolizes power or thirst. So essentially, Tekh means black power in reference to melanin. Expression coming from black matter, dark energy. So Ra that's what this is another form of Ra. Raha Maku Tekh. Maku Tekh is the origin of the word in Greek Melchizedek, which is, of course, in the Hebrew Bible as Malach or Melchizedek. Melchizedek comes from Maku Tekh, in which that becomes Melchizedek, the Greek translation. The Indigenous Cosmic Golden Ray Order of Melchizedek, our motto is know thyself and you will know the universe and God. The ancient Egyptian or Sumerian Kamo or Kemetic proverb. Our symbol is the 8-pointed star, which is connected and is also called the Star of Osar, as in Osar-El. Osar-El becomes Israel, which means to ascend to God in Hebrew. Melchizedek, the angel of justice, reigns over the kingdom of Salam, Salem, Islam, in charge of the high priest of Sadak, justices, as in Murdoch or Marduk or Meldic, interchangeable. So we utilize the 8-pointed star. All right? Which can be found on the Sumerian or Mesopotamian walls. Our mission, why Indigenous? Well, the inspirer, Prob, Prince Ramses El-Bey, Melchizedek. That's what Prob means. Prob is the founder. He was the crown prince of the Empire Washington D. Dr. Mayan, the auspices of Her Highness, the Empress Verdiasi Tierra Tournica Washington Gaston El-Bey, who bestowed him the title Crown Prince on June 7th, 1999. And he inspired the formation of United Washington, deduct among your more nation. However, he kept the name Prob as Prince Ramesses El-Bey Melchizedek in the Indigenous Cosmic Golden Ray Order Melchizedek. He was inspired after he was initiated into the 7 Golden Rays of Peru to form ICGROM, the Indigenous Cosmic Golden Ray Order Melchizedek, which is the inner circle of the United Washra Deduct among your more nation, the outer circle. Ultimately, ICGROM's purpose is to allow men and women to have a personal experience to the divine without having to resort to a particular creed. This order, priesthood, will not act as intermediary between man and God. The order, priesthood, was designed to help those that want to excel to their higher selves. That's number 1. Number 2, ancestral acknowledgement, historical research, religious studies, ecology, geophysics, biochemistry, genetics, archaeology, anthropology is number 2. Number 3, healing techniques such as mastering Ushi, Tibetan, Shekam, Reiki, etc. Pranayama, pranic healing, Naga Yoga, which is Kundalini Yoga, Tantra Kriya Yoga, etc. Electromagnetic modalities, massage therapy, suggestions and projection of thought, hypnosis, herbology, herbalism, etc. In reference to the science of healing, all high priests, sacred seats of council, engaged in the healing arts. Melchizedek utilizes the green, purple, which is violet, or the gold light, in particular, the gold light, as this is the Indigenous Cosmic Golden Ray Order of Melchizedek. Healing the body with divine activity that has a considerable degree of attention. The Ra'u or Ilu, Elohim, Alu or Allahumma, and Nunaki, Nomos, teaches that the ailing body, a sick body, or even a dead body, especially within 3 days, because the etheric or civil cord is still partially attached, can be filled with divine power, the astral light, healing ether, vitality, prana, so as to cast out illness and disease and resurrect even the dead. Raul teaches that the ailing, sick body can be cured by various plants and herbs. For every illness of human beings that exists, there's a herb that correlates, that can heal. The methods taught or accumulated within our order, ICGROM, and some of it is shared within the United Washra Deduct among your more nation system of what we call Tamari Yoga, or Washita Setiwa, or Washita Samatawi, which means the serpent to the eye, the union of lower and higher lands or selves. So the Ushata or Wajeta Samatawi is our healing system of ICGROM and of the United Washra Deduct among your more nation. 4. Free healing services twice a week with meditation, prayers, chants, dhikrs, hakau, hesis, mantras, and mudras. Breathing, song, and rhythmic dancing, drumming, etc. 5. Prophetic engagements, communication with the higher self, higher spirits, ancestors. No demonology, such as blood sacrifices, is utilized, for they are not necessary. The universe is abundant with pranic energy, prana or ra, which is red like a ruby or blood, and is the universal life force energy. mastering of one's livid or diet, as they say. We say livid, alkaline foods, electrical foods, water, spring water, well water. As long as it's alkaline to about 8 pH. The blood is from 7 to 7.45 pH balance. Herbal practices, personal hygiene practices, spiritual cleansings, etc. 7, selling of fruits, vegetables, healing edibles, herbal remedies, incense, resins, soaps, oils, and ointments, etc. 8, homeschool, high school, and collegiate universities for a better future, etc. Our purpose in ICGROM is to bestow our members with the high moral standards and raise members to their ultimate spiritual conscious level. One must strive to be reunited with their Creator, Lord, and personal Savior, Heru, the earliest form of the biblical Jesus, Yeshua. Esoterically is the awakened soul, Shu, the personification of air. Occultly, it is known as the higher self. Metaphysically, it is the Necher Ptah, or Puta, the Tamarian earliest form of Buddha, and the later form, Muhammad. The seventh seal of the prophet symbolizes the seventh crown chakra, or Shenkaro, or Oritu. The 7 chakras are biblical. The 7 seals is mentioned in the book of Revelations, called in Hebrew the Saba Elohim, the many gods. Also called within the Holy Quran, Circle 7, the 7 eyes of Allah, or the 101s, 102s. To live in universal consciousness, cosmic alignment in tune with nature, the natural order forces, 7 elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether, which is sound, light, and thought. 3, to maintain love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, which is integrity and order, which is harmony and balance, which is Mayat. 4, to build health and wellness centers, educational institutions, farms, and etc. 5, to learn natural law, laws of nature, the laws of nature, or nations, linking back to the family of nations, common sense law, reasoning, human rights, indigenous law, international law, and etc. 6, to establish theaters, museums, temples, shamanistic practices, and all natural progressive forms of worship. 7, to study chemistry, which is alchemy, biology, ecology, archaeology, anthropology, ethnology, and all sciences that brings balance to connection for humanity in astral or ancestral. This is the letter from Prob Melchizedek in 2003. We of ICGROM, the Indigenous Cosmic Honorary Order of Melchizedek, seek to expound essential love to generate the true God force and share it with all women and men. We are the mercy and the benefits of life itself. Life has a consistent pattern that interlocks all humanity. Our purpose is to unite all, to be considerate of all life, to be centered ourselves in, around, and through the gold light of healing. I, Prob Melchizedek, proclaim that we move away from violence, self-hate, civilis mortuus, and in full life, yours, Supreme Grand High Priest, Prob Melchizedek. All right, so when you start to begin to understand that Prob Melchizedek, our founder, Crown Prince Sultan Tupac Bey, wanted this to be a mystical order, then we understand that we had to begin to work towards that and to master ourselves. Therefore, we created an initiation requirement into the Indigenous cosmic honorary order Melchizedek. One must be willing to relinquish the grips of the ego over one's behavior, deeds, the actions, rightfully desire the emergence or the union of the land of happy and Samatawi yoga religion of the lower self, the four devils or the four lower chakras, cardinal self, the body of desires. You must relinquish that, because that is the reflection of the lower self, distorted by the murky waters or the murky ethers of the flesh, the Mayan, or the sea of illusion, matter, the matrix. And you must have the desire to unite with the higher self, which is the form of our soul, to form the one self, the divine union, the God Heru, the oversoul, the monad from nomad, hence conquering one's lower self, and want to exhibit the higher self attributes, as in the 99 attributes of Allah, or the laws of Mayat, or the mother of virtue, justice, mercy, love, and right. 2, one must possess high moral standards and is able to understand or withstand the temptations of the world. One must learn development of detachment from reaction and wrong desires. 3, one must be willing to work daily through proper breathing, meditation, prayer, song, chant, dhikr, akau, hesi, mantras, mudras, exercise, dance, the livid, so-called diet, which we don't like to say, to develop one's spiritual, mental, conscious gifts. The siddhas, which is mentioned within 1 Corinthians, the 12th chapter. But at the same time, realize that your gifts are not the end road of the spiritual development. It is simply the beginning, right? To develop spiritual skills, a person must be accepting of the phenomenon and must continuously look for spiritual influences in the life of the form of coincidences, hunches, gut feelings, intuitions, and other unusual phenomena. The Bible says that as we sow, so shall we reap, right? In the East, this is called the law of karma, the law of cause and effect, or one of the 7 universal principles, Tahuti, or Jehuti, which is the others of the laws of correspondence, the law of polarity, the law of rhythm, the law of vibration, the law of genders, which is sex, and the law of mentalism. These are the 7 universal principles of Tahuti. The purpose of karma is not to punish us for some past misdeed, as many may think, but rather to educate us so that we will make changes. The purpose of karma is to teach us something, to help us resolve spiritually. We are responsible for the conquest of our actions, so we can ask ourselves, what am I learning from this? In this way, one will increase awareness of the spiritual influences in life and notice more and more the activities of spiritual skills. This positive feedback will lead to improvement and enhancement of spiritual skills. Therefore, it is necessary to err on the side of credulity rather than skepticism. 4. One must learn how to focus on one's earthly mission and spiritual purpose in life and one's intentions in every situation. The answer should be asked, what is my soul's unique mission? And or what do I have to give the world? All right? So these are the questions that you should have in your mind when you come forth to be initiated into the Indigenous Cosmic Honorary Order Melchizedek. Right? Which is only by way of being United Watch Lord Deductor Money More National, or have come to the various classes of the Healing Wings Institute. So to join ICGROM, one must be in the go to our website to www.dralimelbey.com/indigenous cosmic-golden-re, which is RE hyphen Ray, RAY hyphen order hyphen of hyphen Melchizedek.html. That is the page. Or simply go to our page, www.dralimelbey.com, and go to Indigenous Cosmic Golden Ray Order Melchizedek. Once you get to the page, you will go down to ICGROM membership application. Fill out the information. Or you may call us to set up an initiation ceremony, which takes place monthly at 910-364-9099. And you can set up your initiation date and training schedule. So we say, Ehate Washtoish, Etepu Mayati Ra, Netaruz, and as we say, we leave you as we greet you. Asu Tanecher Neberu Ra Mayat and Maya Kahu Sutek.